What's going on YouTube? Today I want to talk to you about how to cut any angle you want on a piece of wood using only your miter saw and a couple pieces of scrap. My name's Andy, this is Cedar River Woodworking, and welcome to the shop. So a while ago I had to cut some extreme angles on a piece of wood. I couldn't quite get it done on my table saw, so I thought of a creative way that I could use my miter station to make these cuts. Here is that solution. This is a simple jig that I came up with to make those cuts. Let's jump down to the saws and I will show you exactly how we can make this jig. So like I had said, I had a project that I had to cut a very sharp angle at, and what that angle was 75 degrees. Now my saw only goes to 60 degrees, so this is how I made that cut. I took an offcut of a piece and I set it down here and I set my saw to 45 degrees. Now I'm going to go ahead and clamp that down here. Once that's clamped down, I'm just going to cut the end off of it. And now I have a 45 degree angle that I'm going to rest a piece against so that I can make a sharper cut. So to get my 75 degree angle, I will need to take 45 off of 70, and that's going to give me a 30 degree cut on here. So making that cut, I can do it here, and I can bring the saw down, and this is actually a really dangerous cut. It can pull my hand in, it can throw the piece, it can do all kinds of weird stuff on you. This is a very, very sketchy cut that I would not recommend doing. So we are going to make a fixture so that we can clamp a piece of wood to and be safe at all times. So how we are going to cut these, I have a couple pieces of scrap OSB that I had laying around. These are about 24 inches, 23 and a half. I'm going to cut them down to 12 inches just to make it a little bit more manageable and a better package so that I can store this jig for the future. Now that we have these in about 12 by 12 pieces, I'm going to take one over the table saw and I'm going to cut it into about 3.5 inch strips. So now back at the miter saw, we're going to take our 3 pieces. We're just going to set one off to the side for right now. The other 2 we're going to line up, and setting our saw at 45 degrees, we're going to go ahead and cut the ends off of these. So just kind of lined up here and cut them off. Now we're going to set these off to the side. And the other piece that we had, we're going to cut a couple triangles out of this. These triangles I'm going to use as some braces later on in the video. Alright, so now that we are back at the bench, we have all of our items cut out from this piece that we need. We are going to go ahead and assemble this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the back fence to the corner with a 45 degree section facing the corner. So when I line that up, that's going to give me a rear fence, and this is going to be able to clamp to the saw. Then we can line up our other fence against that, and this is going to give us a 45 degree fence. How I'm gonna secure this down is just with some wood glue, and I'm gonna use some CA glue to help us bond that to this piece of wood and hold it in place while everything dries. So just adding a little bit of glue, and then some CA glue is going to act as our temporary clamp. And the activator will help it dry nice and fast. So keep this lined up on the back edge of this board and press it down in there. And like I said, we're going to put some brad nails in this to finish it off. Now, to get our 45-degree fence, I have a combo square that I'm just going to lay across the side here. And I'm going to use that to line everything up. Then we're going to do the same process of putting wood glue on here, and then also our CA glue. Again, we're going to spray some activator down on here so that it will adhere properly. And I do have this butt up against this corner on this fence. So then we can just set it down in here. And now we have our two fences. I was a little messy on that, but it's okay. This is just going to be a shop fixture, and it's going to get us right where we need to be. So now, these little triangles that I cut out, they're actually going to be a brace for this 45-degree fence. Same process, just put some wood glue on there. And some CA glue. And I'm just going to want to make sure that a clamp can fit in here without interfering with this brace. Looks like right about here. It'll help if I put some CA glue on it. If I put some activator for the CA. Alright, now that we got the excess glue wiped off here, let me show you exactly how you can use this jig. Alright, so now we are back to our miter station, and we are going to make a cut with our new fixture. Now, if we want to make our extreme angle, we are going to take an angle that we want, say it's a 55-degree angle, take that and subtract the 45 from it. So that's the angle that we'll have to set our saw to. So 55, subtract 45, and you're going to be at a 10-degree angle that you need to set your saw to. Now, first we need to clamp down our fixture here. I'm just going to lower the saw, butt up the fixture against it, and then using our clamp, I'm going to go ahead and clamp that in place and move our saw to its 10-degree position. Make sure that your saw did not move your fixture at all when you were turning it. Sometimes that can happen. So then we'll just take our piece of wood, set it in place here, and make our cut. When you make this cut, try not to cut through the plywood as the base. You can set a depth stop if you need to. But I don't need to hold this anymore because I can clamp it in place. Just set a clamp here. And now we have a safe operation. And we're gonna go ahead and make our cut. Now we have our extreme angle. Man, that is one tight angle. If you need to cut any acute angles like this one, use this fixture. It is safe, simple, and easy to make. And I do have some star videos that need some acute angles or some pretty big angles just like these. Check it out in the description below or on one of the cards at the end of this video, and it will show you exactly how to make some of those stars. If this video has been helpful, let me know down in the comments, down in the doobly-doos. Anyways, for now, my name has been Andy. This has been Cedar River Woodworking, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!